Here's what we're working with. First, trying to get the camera angle right. First, and then we pop this bitch, and then we throw it in fifth. That's what we're working with, baby. Don't worry about a thing, cause every little thing, I have no more fucking gears. Yeah, transmission just blew. So, now I gotta go around U-Haul and pick up a transmission. Okay, so we are back the next day, and after searching and hunting for like hours, endless hours, locally, I couldn't find a transmission. I started to give up to the point I was gonna buy another FiT and then just have this one for the build channel and then have a daily. And then just take it out once it was built. But luckily I got into a modified group FiTs on Facebook, and I posted it up and someone hit me up and they're 20 minutes away, so we're on our way to go get ourselves a transmission that they just pulled out from their FiT. We had no issues before. They just I swapped it, took it out because they're swapping it for a K series, which that's the plan for our FiT. Well, and you know, the little surprise that I got for those who help with the FiT. But with that being said, we're just gonna drive to the place. He doesn't want to be recorded or anything over there, so we're just gonna get the transmission loaded up, go put it in my car, and then I have to get a trailer for this U-Haul, and then tow my car back to my spot so I can remove the transmission and put the transmission in again. So let's go get the transmission. See ya. So here we go, we got the transmission finally. After search all night, 2 days in a row, we finally got a transmission. So we're gonna go ahead and swap all this out. I'm probably gonna put my fork on it and clean her up a little bit, install it the way it is. Nothing crazy, because we're gonna swap a K-series on it. And the guy I got this from got one. Oh my God, we don't wanna talk too much about it, but the K-swap is coming. And let's go back home and get this installed and finally get to drive the FiT again. There we go, the car's getting towed. We're gonna get bring to the house so we can put the transmission on, and we can swap that tranny, and hopefully this is the last of being stranded. And two, I don't have issues with the transmission no more, because the transmission that I got is actually brand new. Not brand new, but it only got like 80, I think it's 89,000 miles, he said. So we'll hopefully see, you know, this thing running by tomorrow. Good morning. Here we are again. So as you seen on my last video, the transmission on the FiT that we had installed back that was in there already was pretty bad. You know, broken pieces. I was going to the gym and I was running it from first gear to fifth gear, and next thing you know, the transmission just disintegrated in pieces because they didn't take any gears. All right, so we're running with no gears right now. But I met up with a buddy that had a transmission, luckily from one of the Honda FiT groups, like those modifying groups on Facebook marketing, and we were able to get a transmission. So we have of course I have my car locked, I don't trust nobody. I gotta get my keys now. But with that being said, you know, it was the first time I did a FiT transmission and also clutch removal and replacement and all that stuff, so it was a good experience. And two, now I know what I'm doing, so it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, you know, it's gonna be way easier than what it was the first time. But we got a transmission, it's in real good condition. I wish I had the time to clean it and paint it, but honestly, like I said, my plans is to hopefully by the end of the year to swap this FiT for a K20 or K24. We'll see how it goes. And the guy who I got the transmission from laid out everything perfectly. I mean, he explained to me how it goes to the T, and it's really as easy as it sounds. I thought it was all complicated with the wiring and the motor, the transmission, the ECU, all that stuff. But honestly, it's as easy as he explained it. But without further ado, this is most likely gonna be like a time-lapse video, because I'm doing basically the same thing over again. I'm just replacing the old transmission with the other transmission, and then hopefully we can get this FiT back on the road. After that, it'll be modifying it and like doing other things. Like I want to be, the plan with this engine at least is before we swap it for the K is to, you know what I mean, boost it. Like we want to put turbo, we want to boost this thing so the rods fall off, you know. So by the time the rods fall off this thing, I have the K Poppy series coming in and swap it in here. The only thing that I saw about this K swap is that he the motor does like I think the intake went all the way over here, so you have to like cut, you know, some of this bracket for the support here, for the radio support, to make it fit, but it fits. And then for the motor mounts, he also said that they sell the motor mounts are like plug and play, you know, like hash port or hash whatever makes the bracket for the fit to, you know, to the K, you know. So that's awesome. So this time I'm not gonna make it as complicated with myself. I'm actually gonna remove everything on the top first, like everything up here that I need to remove. Then I'm gonna lift the car up, take the wheels off, the axles out the way, and then it's just a matter of draining the transmission, removing all the bolts that hold in the transmission, and then take it out. Easy as that, you know. It's not gonna be as complicated as it was the first time because I haven't done it before, and the first time also these bolts were tight in there, like someone, like you have to be Arnold Schwarzenegger to take these bolts out, right? I had to use a breaker bar for every bolt. Some bolts broke, and we're not even gonna talk about that. The bracket in the back was a good experience that I went through because now I know how to take it out without struggling now. I do suggest, if you don't have a lift or anything, to actually remove that bracket in the back. And the way I explained it to you was playing with the jack, putting the jack in the back and pushing the engine forward so you get enough room to put a tool, especially if you don't have one of those, you know, like one of those electric ratchet. I don't have one, unfortunately. So we were using breaker bars and then ratchets, regular ratchets, to get it break loose and take them out. That was the only way I was able to get my hands or a tool back there to like a straight tool, you know, without having, you know, have a bent and then don't have any kind of force to it, you know, because I have a ratchet that goes like this, but you know, when you're doing like that and you're trying to unbolt it, it doesn't give you the same torque or force, I mean, like when you have it straight, you know what I mean? But yeah, we're just gonna stop talking and I'll point some suggestions here and there to make it easier. Oh yeah, I also didn't remove the driver motor mount, and I also didn't remove the radiator hose just because I lost a lot of radiator fluid last time because it got in the catch pan with the oil and I lost it completely after that. That's just another thing I didn't remove. Certain other things I didn't remove just because I knew what I was doing this time, so it was kind of easier to not have to remove all these things. And I also eliminated a few things. Like I eliminated where the axle goes, there's a bracket there for like a heat shield type of thing. I removed that out of the way. There's also a bracket that goes to the headers. I removed that out of the way too. As removed out of the way, I mean I completely took them off. I didn't put it back. There was a bunch of brackets I just didn't put back because I didn't want the need for it, and just in case I have to remove this transmission again, and because I don't care because I'm going case here soon. But what I'm explaining in this video, basically, most of these bolts are 10 millimeters, 14 millimeters. There's probably like 2 or 3 that are 10, but most of these bolts are 12, 14, and 17. That's it. Anyway, so you have enough room to play with and do what you gotta do. All right, so time lapse coming in. Should we do it again? Cgfix. Putting in that work. It was time to drain the fluid, and I just realized the axle popped out. So that's what happened. So this is how it happened. How the transmission, I thought, disintegrated. I was driving with 1 gear and 5th gear in reverse. That's it, right? So I was going from 1st to 5th. So all you hear is one pop pop pop. Oh, that's all you heard, right? And then I did that one more time because I needed to catch up speed on a hill going up to be able to put on 5th. And me thinking the transmission just disintegrated. What happened was the axle popped out, but that has happened is because the transmission is fucked. So what had happened actually was that I didn't pop in the axle all the way in, so it popped out. All right, we're gonna drain this fluid. It's gonna be as silver as I don't know, a silver. All right, let's take it out. I have no clue where the footage went when I removed the oil or when I drained the oil from the transmission, but let me tell you, it was just as bad as the first time, but worse. This thing was as silver as that TSX you see next to me. Okay. Oh yeah, that one's also getting built. No, I'm just kidding. So on this side, you see how quick that easy that was? 1, 2, 3. We got the axle out, the 2 bolts in the top out. That axle nut you gotta remove, and that's it. You know, you push it to the side, and then you pop the axle, and you're done on this side. I mean, the only thing on this side is holding the transmission is the motor mount. And let's do that on the other side, and then after that, it should be, honestly, let's see. I'll show you right now. Look, we should be ready to drop it, because I already got everything removed up top. I got the clutch system out, master cylinder out, all the sensors here, the shifter cables, what else, the filters out. I still gotta take the 14, I think it's a 14 or a 12 millimeter bolt for the alternator. I loosened up the transmission bolts already, so it's honestly the only thing holding this thing together is the other axle, motor mount, the motor mounts, and the bolts that hold in the transmission. After that, is just dropping it. It was easy as 1, 2, 3 now, you know. And then you got these connectors, you know, these connectors, easy. Push everything out the side, easy. And here we go, boys, here we go again. So we're gonna look at all the shavings, dude. There's shavings all over the place. And then the transmission, it's like, remember how it used to move? Now it's like this. It's hard, dude. It's hard as hell to move now, and I can't even move it. But bunch of noise in there, axles popping out. This transmission is garbage. I'm just gonna remove, I don't know, maybe the sensor, these sensors, just to have them. Maybe the fork. And obviously I need this. Look how black this got already. That got black instantly, dude. Jeez, that's a brand new door bearing, dude. All right, well, let's transfer everything over to the other transmission. So I gotta move a couple things because I'm not putting this bracket back on. There's a bracket here that this one has, like this one right here. I'm taking this off. I might switch the sensors over because I know mine's work. I don't know if these work, and I'm not trying to go through the struggle of replacing that while it's in the transmission. So I'm gonna swap the sensors. Oh, good thing that this is still here because I definitely need some of that. So then the clutch, fork here. So yeah, basically we're just swapping things over, whatever I need from this one, and put it, no, whatever I need from that one, put in this one, and then put this one in the FiT. If you guys want to know what a good transmission sounds like and a bad transmission, this is the good transmission. Ready? Ready? Old transmission. You really gotta force it. You really gotta force it. So it gets stuck at a certain, right there. See, it gets stuck. Look, it gets stuck right there. And then you really gotta, see how it sounds all broken? That's a good transmission. And I believe he said this one got 80,000 miles or 100,000 miles. I could be wrong, but you can tell by the color. Look at this one, look at that one. But then again, this one's from the junkyard probably because it has this blue. But anyways, I'm gonna transfer everything over. So I'm probably gonna transfer over sensors just to be safe. You know, just so I don't have to go in once the car's in there to remove this one, which shouldn't be too hard anyways, even if it was. I'm not putting this bracket back on. Mine didn't have it, and I don't care for it, so I'm not putting that bracket back on. This right here, I am gonna put it on. No, I'm not, because this the cables have it over there, so the cables are already through it. So I'm gonna remove this already since I have it in the car. This bracket right here, I am missing it from my old one, so I'm keeping that right there. And that's about it. But other than that, it's just replacing things over, and then whatever I need, and putting this transmission in there, and then also taking out this one and putting the one I have that's new. I will clean that up too. Here's as far as I'm gonna clean it, because like I said, we are planning to swap this motor and everything. So I just want the main stuff to be cleaned, you know, where the bearing's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Well, this is part 3 and I give up. New clutch, everything was done as a T. I bled the system and drove the car about half a mile down the street, and the whole car just went blank again. So this is the end of part 3. It is what it is. I don't know what's going on now, so I'm gonna go through everything. All I can think is an axle, because the axle was popped out. And I just noticed there's a fucking plug that's not connected. Oh my god, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me, bro? We're still having the same issue. So I'm not gonna lie to you, I had a long day and I forgot to connect the top sensor here, and I also forgot to connect the speed sensor. I went reverse and went to put it on first, and as soon as I was to pull off, the car just went completely cold. Like, look, the gears. So not even with the clutch, not even engaged, I can go ahead and, you know what I mean? Well, without the clutch, I can't do reverse. But I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna call a buddy of mine, so I can't figure it out today. He's gonna have to come down and give me some advice, because the last thing I could think, it could be an axle.
And right there, I just said exactly what the problem was. The axle. Not the driver's side this time, the passenger side. Okay, I had a long day. Alright? The passenger side popped out because I didn't push it in all the way. Alright? It's been 2 struggling days. I slept in the car. And so much has happened trying to make these videos for you guys that I made honest mistakes. Okay, we're not perfect, alright? I would never do this to a customer's car. I make sure their car is, you know, make sure triple check before I leave.
That's it for 3. I think it's over with the FiT for a while. My God. Go ahead. Give it gas. Let's go, baby. Bro, it was the axle. I didn't see the in properly. That's all it was. That's literally all it fucking was. I was breaking my neck or my head here. Anyways, hope you guys liked the video, and I'll see you guys on part 4 of the build series. Next, we're gonna be modifying the car. Hey Lee, wanna see what a no muffler delete sounds like? I don't know how the fuck this engine sounds like that, bro. And this clutch is moving. Holy shit. I don't know how I took the muffler off my blue one that I had before, and I did it to this one, and now this thing is crackling and popping like it feels 2-step, bro. And with this clutch, oh my God. Thank you for the transmission, bro.